Good. Hello, girls. Hello.
How are you? Beautiful girls.
Very good.
From Georgia with love. Absolutely.
So Mariam and Nino are two sisters, and they are both Lamazi Gogos. Lamazi Gogos is an expert. Lamazi is beautiful in Georgia, and
Mariam with innovation. Really wonderful.
And we have technical problems today, so please bear with us. So maybe they just start saying and introduce themselves. So please introduce yourself. Hello guys, nice to be talking to you.
Nina, do you want to start?
Yeah, actually, I fell in love with the idea of knowing that we should have a cave talk with you guys, and thank you for having me. So maybe
can you see us, Mariam?
I think we have.
We better continue. So yeah. Digital world is
challenging.
Digital world is that, but Nina, you can continue introducing yourself.
I will be briefly introduce myself. I'm Nino Lashkhi, 29 years old, living in Georgia. I'm a grassroots media and communication professional with more than 10 years experience in broadcasting, journalism, and substantial involvement in managing communications to promote programs and services of the companies I work for. So actually, how we met with Zaufy and Haseeb, everything started 3 years ago when this both amazing couple came in Georgia. And at this time, we believe that informal education is crucial for business development, and Georgia has an opportunity to become a regional hub in that direction. So Haseeb and Zaufy were our hosts, our big event, sales event. It was like IBF, called IBF, International Business Forum, and they were really great hosts. So that's how we met each other, and now it was a pleasure to be part of the CaveTalk, which organized by this amazing couple. So maybe now we'll introduce Mariam yourself, and then we can wait for Zaufy and Haseeb, or maybe continue to our professional experience or something.
I can also introduce myself. I'm very happy to be at CaveTalks and find the treasure with Zaufy and Haseeb, and together with my beautiful sister. I'm very glad that we had the chance to meet each other in beautiful country, Georgia, where we fell in love with her. And Haseeb and Zaufy are really special couple. You can feel the vibes when you are around them. So the positive vibes which they are sharing and the positive emotions which they are sharing, you will definitely become a friend. So that means that in Georgia, from the very first visit, they have made so many friends here. We weren't even kidding that we should find a Georgian husband to their beautiful daughter. Hopefully one day we will do so, and they will find another reason to come back, and they will find a reason to stay in Georgia. So we have made a big chit chat about your positive vibes and the treasure which we will be finding in this CaveTalks together. I guess this is the you have named your talks CaveTalks, right? To find together treasure, or is it having another definition? So I will continue then with introducing myself. I'm Mariam Lashkhi. I'm around with more than 13 years of experience I have worked in public, private, civil society, international financial institutions. Well, I moved in innovation ecosystem in 2014, together with being the state kind of government official, being a deputy chairperson at so-called JITA, Innovation Agency of Georgia. I'm also being an associated professor at Business and Technology University. Believing that knowledge-based and innovation-driven economy can change not only Georgia, but also the globe, I'm sure that was the main reason why I have moved in this field. So I'll be happy to talk today about innovative mindset. I'll be happy to talk about why innovation has to be the key pillar of our daily lives. But before then, I guess I can give you the floor to Nino. Maybe she can talk more about her professional experience. And I guess we both will be becoming, on the one hand, the hosts and also the guests of the digital challenge. So, Nino, the floor is yours. Maybe you can elaborate more. So maybe you can elaborate why communication is important. What are the trends in communication, especially with this new challenge? Why and what are the key instruments to be more effective in communication for individual as well as for the company?
Okay, well, there is going to be a lot to talk about change, doing things better way, and preparing for the future after COVID life. The key message from this page, looking to those looking for influence to the audience and get an impact to them. I think that key message should be that companies should start communication to audiences. Companies should start because it's very interesting. Even if you think that your brand does not need any kind of communication, everyone knows about it. You should start sharing your history, your values, behaviors, future plans. Just change the accent, find a form, channel, or soft, and start communication. If you're capable to write a word and record a video, we have huge possibilities when we have phones, because this is the key factor and the key tool to start communicating with all around the world and globally to raise your capacity. So I think that companies should start communicating more effective, more content focused, and now trends focusing on improved storytelling and content creation. So I think that the main factor is to find and be authentic, which is one of the crucial parts, because some of the brands become to start communication too sophisticated, and the crucial part is that be authentic. What values have your company and your own? So I think that communication and innovation is crucial for today. What about Georgian startup? Can you share? Because there are too much trends and too much new softs and channels that can be used by maybe Georgian government or Georgian startup as well. What about your experience, Mariam? Please share, because as I know, you were involved absolutely involved with this innovative way for Georgia.
Good, very good. Like, I'm so glad that you're continuing talking, because our connection keeps going and coming back. So Zaufy and I are having fun over here, like, that you both have taken charge.
Yeah, we really like that powerful women who take charge of the situation irrespective of what happens.
So there are 30, 40 people watching constantly all the time, because, like, obviously when Nino and Mariam talk, the whole world wants to watch them, because you guys are really doing a good job. Very good.
So share with us, how is Georgia doing during the COVID situation?
And also innovation and, like, communication. So, like, those are your subjects. Like, so if you get disconnected, you keep talking about those. Some of the questions were like, how is Georgia doing in COVID-19? What are different mindsets in Georgia, prevalent in Georgia? Why should we innovate? And then also, especially from Nino, what business community should do to communicate better? And also, what are some 2020 communication trends we need to be aware of? So, and also innovation and communication from this perspective. So if we get lost, you keep talking for an hour. We'll come back. And say goodbye.
So today we became like guests and hosts at the same time. So
that's
we're
right,
taking.
But a little bit of introduction, like, about us, like, Nino, how we met, Mariam, how we met, like, so IBF sales conference. Do you remember that time? Yeah. And
Absolutely.
Also,
and
how many judges we had at that time, and how good you were in toast making. Haseeb, you really can have the potential of becoming Amada here. I was telling to the audience as well.
Give me Georgian passport.
So I will continue about talking importance of innovation and digitalization. Today's kind of live streaming, we also see how it is important to have the next generation of digitalization and COVID-19, the black swan of 20 nowadays. This one has reshaped the economy and reshaped the global structure. I can compare this structure, like global structure, to agile startup structure. As you know, in agile startup, they have to adjust to the existing challenge, existing crisis promptly, kind of reshape their business plan, business model. So for my kind of understanding nowadays, the globe became as a agile startup structure. At the same time, we have 195 countries, like 195 startups who are trying to find the revival business plans to this crisis and to this pandemic challenge. So everyone is trying to be shaped and have the prompt response to these challenges and continue the economic development, continue the process that was planned, but even more accelerated. So why we have to innovate? Because we do not have now time to move to the same way. And this is the period where we have to speed up the process. What was planned for the next 5 or 10 years, it has to happen in 1-2 years. And this pandemic challenge has showed us that we have to do it really promptly. Also, this pandemic challenge showed us that there is no border. Like with the live streaming, with the digitalization, we can see that these partnerships and collaborations can be similarly effectively done in a digital world. That means that the world has to process by integrating the and following the fourth revolution. We have to integrate and we have to promote the innovation development. What Georgia did in a recent period, Georgia has been pretty effective with responding to COVID. If we were like very bureaucratic country with the guidelines, we could have like we had to follow the guidelines. While Georgia was very prompt in, on the one hand, understanding the challenge and responding it on the right time. On the other hand, it is very important to promote and technology development, to promote the startups to find out the new solutions to this pandemic session, starting from the med tech, ending up with the artificial intelligence, and so on and so forth, which means that when the startups in this agile structure are coming up with the innovative ideas, they can find the innovative solutions. Innovation, the definition innovation is itself important, that it is a significantly improvement of existing product or service, right? So therefore, we have to significantly improve nowadays products and services. We have to improve the internet connection to our good friends and good couples in order to have more effective discussions, right? So everything falls into this innovation jar, and we have to, from the government perspective, from the civil society, we have to facilitate this process so that we come up with the new innovative solutions to promote the economic development.
No, I just wanted to ask you a question about like main challenge. What is the main challenge of the startups and innovation communities that they want to handle currently? Because we heard too much great ideas from different startups, but I think that the challenge startups do have is like a country's challenge. How about your opinion? What can you share?
Thank you for the great question, Nino. In order to move everything smoothly and effectively, there definitely we have to face, first of all, these challenges. We have to understand and fight the mitigation. The one thing before responding to this question, I want to say that the crisis period is the best period for the innovation development. And why? When we saw in 2008, there was a financial, we saw how many new innovative startups have been developed, like WhatsApp, Uber, Airbnb. There were so many innovative solutions developed because the crisis showed us that we have to think a new way. We have to go beyond our comfort zone, and we have to come the new solutions to simplify the living for every person. So the good part of innovation is also having the social and economic benefit. So it has to bring, it doesn't have to be something new or significant improvement, but it has to be economically and socially beneficial for the community. So during the crisis, what happens? We are in like restrict position, and we do not have any other way to think back, and we have to move forward. That means that we have to come up with new solutions, and this is what happens during this crisis period. This is what happens now as well. What are key challenges? That on the one hand, first is I truly believe that one of the first things is belief of the ecosystem. If you do not trust, if you do not believe, you do not listen to these ideas, and you do not take care of these ideas. So first of all, the country, the society has to believe in potential of the country, in potential of those startups, and the ideas which they are bringing. Lots of the times we had the kind of this mindset that the good things are only being imported. While the same thing with simpler, with cheaper, or maybe with the way innovative way can help in the country. So first of all, we have to believe in these ideas, and we have to put the trust. The second one is the testing. Say again?
Patience. I think that lack of patience is the main factor to fail too much company, because we have lack of patience just to launch the brand, launch the company, and have the ability to wait for the impact.
Yeah.
Start communication, start put all effort that you have, and then wait to get some impact from target audience.
Yeah, to get the access to information, to get access to the texting facility like the sandboxes, to have the access to finance. That's definitely. Before going in the deep dive of this conversation, as a host, we have to facilitate the questions which are raised from the community. So one of the first questions from Babo Stefano Babic is thanking us for sharing the conversation, and he's asking about our positions, who we are, what's Georgia's association. Please put some contacts and links in this conversation. Even though we are kind of de facto hosts, we cannot kind of make any edits or comments in this live chat. Therefore, we will be happy to hear what are our positions, and also share some of the contacts later on. So myself, I'm Mariam Lashkhi. I'm Deputy Chairperson at Georgia's Innovation and Technology Agency. The country Georgia, which is right in the gateway connecting Europe to Asia. The beautiful country. If you haven't been yet, Babo, you have to really find the reason to come and visit our beautiful country. Our borders will be soon open for majority of the countries. So we'll be happy to host here and share local hospitality. So I'm a government official promoting the startup and innovation ecosystem. And Nino, you can introduce yourself, reintroduce yourself to Babo as well.
Okay. So I'm Nino Lashkhi, living in Georgia, communication specialist with more than 10 years experience working in a broadcasting company, and substantial involvement of the companies and communication programs. The companies I work for, to promote some programs and services of the companies I work for. So I think that to get back to your topic, Mariam, I want to share some trends, communication trends as well, because of as Haseeb and Zaufy said, we have a huge audience who are interested in communication trends and innovation trends as well. The majority, I think that the main thing of the communication challenge, because we talk about challenges, innovation and countries' challenges, communication also have too much challenges. One of the key challenges that company decided that everyone knows about their brand, and they don't think that it's necessary to share their history, their values, their future plans. At this time, I think that conversation commerce moved to voice. Because of based on statistic, the majority, 66% of adults think that they're thinking and feeling that valuing their time is most important thing company can do to provide them with good and valuable customer experience to them. So I think that even Georgian startups can start working on language-based services. For example, Google Analytics already launched 8 Indian languages to their soft. So I think that even like a Siri, when we can use in Georgia because of the language districts, Georgians have a good way to start working with Google Assistant to put Georgia language as a key channel to communicate with absolutely different channels and commerces.
Yeah, I fully agree, Nino, and these are very useful points. Definitely, communications and peer-to-peer or online communications are the crucial for businesses, and at the same time, office. So we're glad you're back. We are missing you.
Thank you. You know, you've been talking for half an hour, but I don't think you need us. I don't think you need us. Yeah, you're doing so well. You're doing so well.
We need air and fresh questions from you guys because we know the market.
Good.
Yeah. So now we were talking how important because one of the major things what we were missing during the COVID, definitely COVID had some positive and negative impacts. One of the positive impacts, you could wake up, you could take the coffee, you could stand up and you were in the office already. So that was like a good part already. You did not have to go beyond the traffic for so many time and lose the time for so many events and conferences. But the negative thing was I was missing this emotional and social communication. It was like we were so much unsocialized that I was really kind of missing that part, and this was the key challenge for me of not having the so on that part, I wanted to ask to Nino, because of this social emotional part and because of the change of the global kind of structure, what are the key and global trends in this communication field which you could recommend and suggest to the audience and on your experience and practice? So what are the key trends in this new world and new structure?
Okay, just coming back what you said before, what the COVID positive side is that people became more result oriented. Even they know that they have something to do, and even it's like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. or they're sleepy or they're tired, they should do their work. So I think that this is the most positive side for the employer, because they know that weekly results they get from employees. So what about trends? I think that after COVID, COVID ensured that digital life and digital communication is the key factor of companies who want to rise their capacity and rise the target audiences. So we should start using digital sphere. This is the key factor. And we as a communication specialist have 4 main questions to be answered by us. Why we are starting communication, how we are communicating to the target audiences, what are we going to tell them, and who is the storyteller. We see that first company started communicating who is he, why he's talking with audiences. But I think that why we are starting communication is the main factor for result-oriented communication. So I think that Zaufy and Haseeb are asking some questions via Facebook. I should read this, and I think that
yes, I can.
Yeah. What sectors in
So
Georgia?
thank you, Nino, for this. Thank you for sharing these trends. Definitely, digitalization was coming, and now it's definitely speed up, and we have to invest our intellectual and financial resources in this direction. So the question was raised from the audience, from Shafat. His question is regarding what sectors in Georgia are promising to invest. So I will take that question, and first of all, before answering this specific sector, let me highlight that Georgia is in a top 6 in ease of doing business, World Bank assessment, which means that this is like a worldwide ranking, which gives the country's ranking on why, like, what are the environments in the country. So basically, business registration in 1 day, and we have also drive-through service through which you can, for instance, upgrade your ID card, and more than 500 services are being integrated in one building, which is taking over, taking off the bureaucracy and giving the transparency. With regards to transparency, we have integrated, and we were pioneers of integrating blockchain in government service with land registration. Definitely ensuring the transparency as well as security. This all means that government is very much oriented on private sector development, and government is very much dynamic to promote the investment in the country. Georgia is having the limited natural resources, even though it's pretty beautiful. Nowadays, we have investments in energy sector with hydropowers direction. Energy sector is pretty promising. But on the other side, innovation and research and development are becoming one of the crucial pillars of the ecosystem, which means that why investor has to come into in the country, right? It has, on the one hand, has to have the friendly regulatory environment and do not fight with bureaucracy every day. Second one is it has to have the intellectual resources. So human capital has to be promising. Therefore, the kind of background of Georgian educational system and background of Georgia's scientific, especially mathematics, is one of the strengths of the country, which gave us kind of the proudly representatives we were during the Soviet time. So the intellectual and human capital are also the key pillars of why you have to invest in the country. The second one is the sector itself and the industry. When the industry is emerging and it's developing, it gives you as an investor to put your resources in that sector. So in research and development direction, we, based on this strong background, especially in biotech field, where Georgia is having the advantage, when the whole world was working on antibiotics, Georgia was the one who was working on biophages, like biophage. So, which means that we already have a scientific history. That also gives us the opportunities to new scientific solutions. Now we are having the assessment together with Massachusetts Institute of Technology experts and lots of other international experts who have assessed our R&D sector, and this is having very strong impact, which commercialization might the effect only in the country but also worldwide. That is one part, and innovation, definitely. We have lots of new startups who are developing the new products. Just recently, we have hosted 500 startups global accelerator to as a representative. And you know that these international professionals are never entering the country if there is not a big potential. So therefore, even though our country is small, it is very kind of effective to invest in innovation. We have also the innovation and startup-friendly environment, which is also promoting the sector. So everything, this combination gives the opportunity to scale up and to kind of gives the investors an FDI to promote. Also, the association agreements which we are having. Georgia is a being strategic location. We can, when you are entering Georgia market, you're entering 1/3 of the world. So free trade agreements with European Union, and we have free trade agreement with China as well. So we have pretty kind of open market for doing the business in a friendly environment, which gives the Georgia competitive advantage. So I hope that I've answered the question raised from the audience, and kind of
I hope that after your speech, some investors will knock on the Georgian door. Come, I want to invest in Georgia. Please come in. So
I know that our kind of talk is coming to the end, and maybe we can say a few words about Haseeb and Zaufy, the beautiful couple who made it happen to have this. I wouldn't say they are spiders who are, like, maybe we can compare them to spiders who are making these connections throughout the globe, because the Friends Network, these positive vibes, they have spread around the world. I'm very happy that they have initiated these cave talks, and they are bringing the people in this cave to together find the treasure. And I wish good luck to both of them in this process. I was very happy to be today the guest and at the same time the host. Together with my beautiful sister, who actually was the reason how I know Zaufy and Haseeb and IBF, which was really a wonderful conference, which brought together more than 500 people with the same values, with the same interests and professions to talk about the new world and new shape of the globe. I'm sure that we, after this COVID challenge, will be able to find the reason of bringing them back. I hope that they will be having also a Georgian Sidze, son-in-law, who will also be a reason of their more intense touch to the Georgian ecosystem, and together we'll be having some judge us, and the cave talks will be a really a nice cave talks, maybe somewhere in Raja, for instance, from where we both are, Nino. So I them in one of the caves in Raja with Jaja and have the nice discussion.
Georgia is a destination after. So you should come in Georgia. We'll be the hosts, and it will be great. I think that I hope that we should create some more memorable moments as we had 3 years ago. So thank you for giving opportunity to having me, opportunity that I communicate with your audience, with our audience, as I see Mariam shared our live broadcast on her page. So thank you for this great opportunity. It was really first for me talking with Mariam, with my sister as a host, as a guest. So wish you good luck with CaveTalk, and hope to see you soon in Georgia.
So thank you very much. Thanks to the audience for raising their questions. And thanks to those who were watching us. It was wonderful, almost 1 hour together. So have a nice week ahead. And sincere greetings to Zaufy and Haseeb from Georgia. So from both of us, sisters, great thanks and sincere greetings from beautiful Georgia. Bye-bye. Thank you very much.